This is a very hot topic in Singapore, foreign workers and also immigration. And we've held many dialogue sessions with the grassroots, with the residents. And I think the Singaporeans understand logically, if you argue it out with them, why we need foreign workers, why we need this immigration. But they're still concerned about competition for jobs, about crowding, competing for houses or for transport on MRT, and deeper things like the character of our society. And of course, there's the psychological aspect too, the sense that they want to be valued, that make sure that Singaporeans are more valued than foreigners. And these concerns come through many other channels as well. We talk to the union leaders, they will reflect some of them. You read in the newspapers, columns, the letters which are written, sometimes this shows up. When we build workers' dormitories, we have to be very careful. We remember the sensitivities which can be aroused. Serangoon Gardens 2 years ago got very upset because things were not explained well enough. I understand these sentiments because these are legitimate concerns which we take seriously. We don't brush them aside, but we have to weigh them against the plus side of having the foreign workers and immigrants. Why it is necessary for us to let in a controlled inflow so that we can derive benefits from it. So tonight, I can't solve the whole problem. I can't explain all aspects of this problem, but I will try and explain why staying open is going to benefit us and how, and benefit us meaning all Singaporeans, and when there are problems, what we can do to address these problems. We are not the only country grappling with this issue, where citizens are queasy about foreign workers and immigration. There are many countries now which host significant foreign or immigrant populations. So people are coming into contact, mingling, who didn't used to mingle. There are frictions, insecurity, and political pressures which build up. So the issue has become hot in many places, many countries. Even in Japan, which has very few foreigners, in Australia, in Britain, in France, in Germany, Netherlands, even Switzerland, even the US. So let me sketch you briefly why it's important for us to stay open. First, because we need talent. We need to gain talent. It makes a tremendous difference to us doing critical work in our economy, helping Singapore to become an outstanding city. We have very good people, but never enough. And therefore, we need to draw from all over the world to supplement our local pool. You take professionals, for example, architects. There are lots of talented young architects in Singapore. Recently, URA held an exhibition, 20 Under 45. And they published a little book showcasing the outstanding works by 20 young architects below 45 years old. The majority of the architects are native Singaporeans, although quite a few are foreign-born. And the foreign-born ones include the two architects who built the Pinnacle. Husband and wife team, the husband, Mr. Koo Peng Beng, is from Ipoh, now a PR. The wife, Belinda Huang, is from Selangor, now a Singapore citizen. They won a design competition to build on the Duxton Plains site, and the result is one of the most sought-after HDB projects in Singapore. In fact, we don't have enough pinnacles, and so many voters and residents want us to build some more. For the local architect, you might consider this foreign competition. Too fierce, unfair. But for Singaporeans, and especially for the residents of Pinnacles, we benefit. We get a better living environment, we get a more beautiful city. And I think even our own architects benefit, because from the competition, from that stimulus, we will do better and we will produce better works too. Take sports talent as another example. We're grooming our own. Our young sportsmen have done very well in the YOG, the Young Olympians. And in some sports, we are near the top in the world rankings, like sailing or bowling. This is Jasmine, who's the women's champion 2 years ago. and last year was our Sportswoman of the Year. But in other sports, we still need to draw on new citizens, like table tennis. We are very proud of Isabel, who won a silver medal in the YOG. But we have too few Isabels. And so we have topped up. And our women's team has done very well. They won the silver at the Beijing Olympics. Here you see them receiving their medals. In Moscow, at the World Team Table Tennis Championships, they beat China to win the gold medal. And here you see Feng Tianwei celebrating. Our team players may not have been born here. I don't think they speak good Singlish. But they've chosen this place to be their home. They are playing for Singapore, flying the flag for Singapore, and when they win, the band plays Majulah Singapura. So we should cheer for them. Just as we cheer for all of our national sportsmen. So that's the first reason for needing this. Talent is critical to us. The second reason is we need reinforcements to grow our economy and create better jobs for Singaporeans. The foreign workers supplement our ranks and enable us to build successful companies. You take Keppel and Sembcorp again. They are world beaters. Together, they employ 20,000 people in Singapore, of whom 5,000 are Singaporeans. The other 15,000 are foreign workers, professionals. Without the foreign workers, the Singaporean jobs wouldn't exist. Of course, the converse is true too. Without the Singaporean brains working the system and bringing the foreign workers together and organizing them, the foreign worker jobs wouldn't exist either. So they are complementary to each other. The shipyards employ foreign workers and professionals from many countries all over the world. You just take a look, some of the flags where the countries are. Asia, we will not be surprised. Europe, you will not be surprised. Russia, South Africa, Brazil, Chile. So, because they come from all over the world, they bring a wide range of skills and experiences, knowledge about different countries, different markets, and therefore they have become world beaters, Keppel and Sembcorp. And it's good for us. The final reason we need immigrants is to make up for our shortfall in babies. Our efforts to produce more Singaporean babies have not yielded results. Not yet. 2 years ago, I made a long speech in the NDR about new measures. Last year, we produced fewer babies than in 2008. So for this type of productivity, please work harder. But I think we should make an important distinction between foreign workers and immigrants, which means immigrants meaning PRs and citizens. Foreign workers are transient. We need them to work in the factories, in the banks, hospitals, shipyards, construction projects. When the job is done, they will leave. When there are no jobs here, they will go. So temporarily, economy is hot. I think we can accept higher numbers. For the longer term, we are pushing to raise productivity so that we can rely less on foreign workers. But meanwhile, we want to build flats, MRT lines, IRs, so please bear with the larger numbers for the time being. That's foreign workers. Immigrants, the PRs and the citizens are far fewer. We are very careful whom we accept. Not only must they contribute to our economy, but they've also got to integrate with our society and strike roots here. We've moved quite fast over the last 5 years. We've accepted a larger inflow, both foreign workers, and we've taken in more new citizens and PRs. Conditions were good, we caught the wind, we moved forward. But now I think we should consolidate, slow down the pace. We can't continue going like this and increasing our population 150,000 a year indefinitely. And we should give Singaporeans time to adjust and our society time to settle and integrate better the new arrivals. But we must not close ourselves up. The basic principle for us is always citizens come first. And that's how our policies are designed. Citizens before PRs, PRs before other foreigners and non-residents. Last year we reviewed the policies. We changed the subsidies to make this distinction sharper. So education fees, healthcare subsidies, housing subsidies, all adjusted so that it's quite clear that the Singaporeans get the best deal. But not everything is reduced to subsidies and dollars. There are other less tangible issues too, which I will also talk about. Not to dismiss them, but to explain how we can manage the problems and enjoy the benefits of the inflow while limiting the downside.